Yo, what's going on, guys? And in today's video, we're back on NASCAR Heat 5 for the career mode. If you guys did miss last episode, I did actually get my first win. I got my first win of the playoffs, the last episode at Bristol. So if you guys didn't check out that episode, make sure to go watch that. But more on what happened last episode. I got my first top 5 of my incentive contracts. It means just gotta get one more top 5 throughout 4 races, and then we get another payday. And I am kind of broke right now because if you guys didn't miss last episode, I upgraded like all my employees. I upgraded them by 1, which 12 is like their max. So I did max out all of them. And I did get a few more friends on my side. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. though he's still my rival. But as you see my stats break down, I have 3 wins on my career. 2 of those were in the regular season, part 8 and part 20, and then the last one was last episode actually in part 27. But here are the season standings. Here are the playoff standings really. We are now in the round of 12. That means that because last episode, the couple episodes before, it was the round of 16. That means the top 12 advance. Now at the end of this one, which is only 3 races, which is the same amount as last time. So at the end of the 3 races, whoever's below, whoever's in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, they're out of the playoffs, and the top 8 advance. And after that, it's the top 4, and then top 4 is only for 1 race, and that's the championship. But before last episode, we were actually in 4th, and then when I got the win, I did automatically advance, but it didn't matter because it was actually the last race of the round of 12, so it didn't even really matter that I actually got the win. The win was really for nothing. It did boost me up 1 spot though, because if you guys didn't know, and this is the one reason that I don't really like, or this is the only reason, this is one of the bad things that I don't like about the chase for the about the chase or the playoffs or whatever you want to call it, is that after each round it kind of resets where you were, because this is like entering the playoffs, or this is like, okay, so if you look at here, look at round of 16, I'm second all the way. This is like how it was, and you would think entering the round of 12, that the 12, this is how everyone would start off in the round of 12, like Kyle would be first, I'd be second, but no, kind of resets for some reason how it goes into the regular season, because from the transition from the regular season, the first race of the playoffs, this is the standings before, except I was 6th, but I got that win, so I moved up 1 spot to 5th. I don't really like that. I wish I was still 2nd and Kyle was still 1st. But we're gonna have to deal with that. But yeah, but I still think we can get 4th, or get in the top 4 so far, because Brad Keselowski, he hasn't been he's been good. He's been getting consistent finishes in the playoffs, but he's not like getting wins upon wins like he was in the regular season, or being that that kind of dominant. And then Joey Logano, he was the 2nd most dominant driver in the regular season, and even though he was 2nd, Kyle was 1st, but he had an absolutely amazing season. So Joey Logano also had an absolutely amazing season. But ever since the playoffs started, I don't even think he's gotten a top 5 or a top 10. He's just gone cold. Like, he's just had a cold streak. Kyle would have been 1st since he won the first race of the playoffs in advance. Denny is 1st right now just because of his points. And me, I'm in 5th. I won one in the playoffs. I guess I moved me up 1 spot because going into the playoffs, I should be 6th, but everyone else can't really compare to me. And I got the win. So yeah. But Kevin Harvick, ever since the playoffs started, he's been getting consistent finishes. So is Mark Truex Jr. But everyone else, Alex Bowman, Ryan Newman, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, and Kurt Busch, they haven't been doing too well. Kurt Busch is actually starting to improve a little bit, as I see. But yeah. But without further ado, we're going to go get into here. We got that 10% speed boost along with upgrading our engine and all of our, suspension and aero. So we're going to be really fast today, I bet. We're going to be racing at Las Vegas for 19 laps. If you guys don't remember, I think it was my 3rd episode I raced at Las Vegas. It didn't really end too well. I think I got in kind of the late 20s. But that, my car really wasn't fast. I really didn't have the experience under my belt. We're gonna go in this race. I'm expecting to get a top 10 at least. I'm not too sure about the top 5. I do have the confidence carrying over from Bristol. Plus, I got a 10% speed boost that wasn't even with me at Bristol. And I upgraded all my cars, so it would be good. I think there's about a 50% chance, I get in the top 5. It's 50-50. The other 50% I get in the top 10 or maybe even below. Hopefully not. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So I'll see you guys at the track. Alright guys, so I did qualify 17th. I don't know, in practice it was really hard to hit my marks. In qualifying I was off by 0.002 seconds. So, it's not really big of a difference. It doesn't really matter. But it was really hard to qualify. Dude, the time that I couldn't get anything better. Like, I tried so many times in practice and I guess I only got one shot in qualifying. But I practiced so many laps, and I actually did quite good in my practice compared to my quite good in my qualifying compared to my practice. But yeah, I just couldn't really hit my mark. I don't know, this car just didn't really feel. I don't know if my car just isn't fast, even though it should be, or everyone else is just faster. I don't really know. But my goal position is 5th, and I'm not really too confident about that. I got a feeling, hopefully not, but I got a feeling, it's gonna be turning out like last Las Vegas when I didn't really get, a good finish. Which hopefully that's not the case, because I have to finish consistently every time in the playoffs. I mean, I guess I don't really have to compared to what other tracks are ahead, but it could really give me, I don't really want to be, I don't really want to be, one of the back few drivers. I don't really want to be like, close to getting out anytime soon, But we're gonna go ahead and get into here. Before we do, though, with my paint scheme, I just needed, I wanted to drive something different because I've had the same paint scheme for the past 2 episodes. They have treated me well, in my second to last episode, we got a top 5. Last episode, we got a win. I mean, this is our classic paint scheme. We run that paint scheme more than any other. But I decided to, change it up a little bit, just make it more purple. I don't know if you guys really like it. I can use this one more often in the playoffs. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the race. I'll see you guys at the track. So as we're about to go here, green at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we do get to see the stories of the race. So the stories of the race are Chase Elliott is going to help us out. He's my friend. It gives us some random friend that says he'll help us out every time. Martin Truex Jr. is going to be starting first again this race, as he did start first last race. And Eric Almirola has to get sent to the back of the field for, repairing, I don't know, whatever he has to get sent back for. As we are green here at Las Vegas, starting 17th, right next, or we are to the inside of Kurt Busch, as he is 18th. So our goal position is 5th. We're going to see if we can get here, if we can get 5th this race, A lot can happen at Las Vegas, though. It's not one of my good tracks. I'm actually kind of pretty bad at it, but, we're going to go ahead and see here, what we can do. Right off the bat, the first, turn, I'm actually going dive bombing right in the inside, getting those placements. Already up to 14th, and I'm working on the inside of Kevin Harvick, as he really has no grip up there. So I do move up to 13th as we cut here, and I'm back up here, and I'm getting in between Joey Logano and Chase Elliott. I thought I could make it fit, and it gave me a little bit of side draft, but no, it didn't really, and I ended up just kind of bumping off the 22 there a little bit. Thank God he didn't get mad at me or anything, or try to, wreck me out of spite or something. But we are working over here to get into the top 10, as Bowman holds the gate to the top 10 so far, as Joey Logano is actually trying to work the outside, but Matt Kenseth blocks him off. As I'm just going to go ahead and I try to lightly tap Alex Bowman, help push him and push us 2 up, but I guess I actually slammed in the back of him a little bit there. As we do go on the inside of as we are up in 10th now, all we need is just 5 more positions, and then we're good for the race, what I'm saying? As we're now back, and we're into the back of the 19 of Truex Jr., who's currently 8th, and 3 laps in, he was first, and now he dropped all the way to 8th. As we're going to go see here if we can, pass him early. I have a feeling he's probably going to fall back behind this race as we push him. As we dive bomb, we're up behind him, so we push him into Byron as he gets out of the way narrowly. But I think my plan here was just to get into the back of the 19, just push him along, since that's what I already was doing. He keeps on, going along where I'm going. All three of these cars ahead of me have the exact same plan, so I'm just gonna try to go to the outside. Maybe that might switch up their little thing, and I can make room for the inside. But it will not work, as they stay on the inside. As I try to go to the inside now, and then Shrek Jr. he's the only one that's not going in the inside, really. I mean, Kyle Busch is going in the inside, but he wasn't really really in the inside, I wouldn't be able to pass him on that one either way, as we do finally get around Shrek Jr., and Kyle Busch comes in a little bit too late, as I'm already there, and I think he just thought he was clear, but he really wasn't. But it's fine though. I mean, nothing happened. That one when I just nudged off him, that was my fault. My fault. That's my fault. He's my favorite driver. Please don't unfriend me on NASCAR Heat 5 social media. I don't know what that thing's called. But as we were sixth, working our way to the fifth position, not really. But Logano does pass us. And wow, he really had he had a fast car this race, like as soon as he got by me, bro, I swear he just he was zooming, bro, like zooming. And then now we're down to the back stretch of this lap. I'm just working on just blocking Brad Keselowski, as in this turn I kind of mess up. I actually, was going low, and then I can't go low on the turn when I'm already low, so I kind of messed up, went high. And then this lap something big happens. The Busch brothers try to go the inside of me. I really needed a caution because I was losing a lot of positions. There was a lot of positions behind me that I would have lost, so I just wanted to cause a caution. So I wrecked Kurt Busch, and this almost ended my race. Look at this. So I'm gonna slow it down for you guys. Look at this. He almost got into my rear quarter panel. Like, look how close he was. He was right there, bro. He was inches away from just ending my day. Thank goodness I could actually get out the way though. As he almost ends my day at Las Vegas. It wouldn't have been great, first race in the playoffs, DNF, or first race in the round of 12 of the playoffs, not great. But I do narrowly get out of that pickover situation. As we start off in the inside next to Ryan Newman in that guaranteed rate car. He hasn't really driven this car that much, even though in real life I think it might be his primary sponsor. I do like the car though. I've seen it in a lot of commercials. And now we're back up, and we passed Martin Truex Jr. again, as he's, going to be on a downward slope. So is Kyle Busch. I mean, they both just got off the bat. They were just really slow. As Kenseth also, I mean, I think if he was inside, he would actually be beating me right now. But, Matt Kenseth chose the outside, and on the straightaways, he beating me. So he's actually had a pretty fast car this race. And I think he got out last race. He got out of the playoffs last race. So, yeah. And you see Jimmy Johnson up there. He's in, like, third. Last race, I mean, if he would have gotten that placement last race, I mean, he wouldn't have been out right now. So it's just, as soon as he gets out, both of them are doing really good. So yeah, but as we did come to the white flag, the last lap, I tried to hold him off, but Ryan Newman actually got me for the 8th position. I'm just trying to hold off Cole Custer right now, and I think I will be able to. Couldn't get the top 5 here, but I'm not really good at Las Vegas. I'm actually kind of surprised I even got a top 10. But yeah, we're going to go end up crossing the line here at 9th place here at Las Vegas. Alright guys, so we did get 9th. Not the best, or not the one we were quite looking for. Not the quite, I guess not the best place that we were looking for. But considering that I got like a late 20s, like a late 20th place last time, that I was at Las Vegas, and, this track isn't my best. I'm actually pretty happy about this one. Plus, there's not a lot of playoff drivers that actually did, good. I mean, obviously, Ryan Blaney, he's in the round of 12, so he's obviously going to advance to the round of 8. That's a pretty upset driver winning this race. I mean, nobody really expected him to do anything really in the playoffs. Honestly, I didn't really expect him to, make it out of the round of 6. Well, I guess I did, because there was a bunch of worse drivers than him. But Jimmy Johnson actually got out of the playoffs last race. He gets second, so if he would have gotten that last race, he'd still be in the round of 12. But Denny Hamlin, who was in first place, he was first place in the playoff standings, and he was first place in this race. Now he goes down to 3rd place. He finished 3rd place in this race. And Joey Logano ends his cold streak by getting a top 10, by getting 6th. So does Brad. Well, I guess Brad Keselowski. I mean, this is kind of his average finish in the playoffs. So, yeah. Ryan Newman, he got me at the end there. It sucks. I really don't want him to like make it into the round of 12 or round of 8. 'Cause I feel like actually good drivers have to make it to the playoffs, and he's not one of those. But he does beat me out there. I do get 9th, so I do get a top 10, but it's not the top 5 that I need or was looking for. But it's fine. I wasn't really expecting to get a top 5 at Las Vegas, anyways. Martin Truex Jr. is the next highest placing playoff driver besides myself. Alex Bowman gets 14th. Kyle Busch gets 15th. I don't know really what happened to him there, but yeah, he fell back. Christopher Bell gets 20th. Let's see, is there any... Oh, Kevin Harvick gets 25th, so I don't know what happened to him there, but I did see him up there, and then I guess he just fell back like that. Again, don't know what happened to him, but he's the lowest placing driver. Race earnings, or I guess playoff driver, but race earnings, we get $260,000. Our sponsor payout from Ally, we get $57,000. And our merchandise payout, we get $83,000. So that actually went down, which I'm not sure why. It used to be $89,000. I don't know why it went down, just because we got a top 10, but we do get $402,000, so around $400,000. Playoff standings, I do go down 1 spot. As Ryan Blaney advances, Denny Hamlin is still 2nd, Joe Logano 3rd now, Brad Keselowski's 4th, Kyle Busch moves all the way down to 5th with that 15th place finish. I'm 6th. Ryan Newman with that good little placement, he gets 7th. Martin Truex Jr., he gets 8th so far. Alex Bowman, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Christopher Bell are all in the elimination so far. Kevin Harvick, bro, he was in 6th, you know. I was in 5th, he was in 6th. He moved down all the way to 11th. I mean, if he's in 6th, I would have expected him to, like, get down to 9, maybe 10 if he had a bad race, but he got 25th, so yeah, 11th. Christopher Bell did better than Kevin Harvick, but he was already lower than Kevin Harvick, so yeah. So, fastest lap goes to Denny Hamlin. I mean, he was pretty dominant, except for, for when Ryan Blaney took the lead. Most laps led was also Denny Hamlin before I, pull out that caution. On the move, Eric Almirola started in last place, and he finished 19th, so that's really good for him. Tough breaks. Kevin Harvick started 12th, finished 25th. Yeah, that's really tough for him. I feel like Eric Almirola, if he actually would have started in a decent position, he might have actually won the race, which would have been good for me, because I don't like when playoff drivers win. I don't really like when playoff drivers win that, like, you don't really see winning. Like Ryan Blaney, like, no one really expected him to win. No one really expected him to, make it this far. We all expected Denny Hamlin, Joe Logano, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, or myself, to, like, win these races, but, Ryan Blaney ends up getting the dub here today as we head back to the garage. Alright, so we do get 9th. Money we earn around $400,000 or $400,000. Fans, we gain close to 50,000 fans. Not really, though. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, with the money wise, the fans wise, I mean, it's still a top 10. It's still a pretty good finish. I don't know why everything's going like, I mean, it's a significant decrease in money and fans just because I got a kind of, a kind of good top 10 finish. But whether or not I get moderate driving, I did bump into Kyle a couple of times, which, that sucks. He's my favorite driver. I'm sorry about that, but, so we finished the race. We're going to advance the week to race number 31. And race number 31 will be Talladega Superspeedway. And that was actually, I think, the last race that Michael McDowell actually did great at, because he advanced to the playoffs because he won. He won Talladega. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he actually won Talladega. He's the defending Talladega champion. He got advanced to the playoffs automatically by winning that race. And then, as soon as he won that race, every time after that race, he got like 30th place in the 30s, so I do feel bad for him. He got out definitely, like, after the first race. I think he clinched himself out of the chase. But here we go. Here's another look. Ryan Blaney, he obviously does advance as to the round of 8, as the first race of the round of 8 will actually be Kansas Speedway. which is actually, you know, my favorite track to race at. You know, but the next race is actually gonna be Texas. That's actually my home track, my favorite track. Not my favorite one to race at though, in this game. But yeah, so can Kevin Harvick pull out? You know, can he pull it off? And get in the top 8? I do think he can, especially since I think Ryan Newman. Actually, I mean, Ryan Newman did do good last time at Talladega. So yeah. The drivers actually did good at Talladega that are actually in this race right now, or in the playoffs right now, is Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, me, Ryan Newman, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, us 3, we did actually really good, or no, us 4, we did really good in Talladega last time. So if anyone's the favorite to win it, it's probably going to be either me or Ryan. It's going to be either me, Brad Keselowski, or Ryan Blaney. I mean, I don't think anyone's really expecting Ryan Newman to actually pull it off, but he is a favorite for next episode. As we do, we gain a friend. Let's see, who do we gain as a friend? Trying to see, because it doesn't really tell you when you gain a new friend. So I'm trying to see here. I think we gained Ryan Blaney, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, I think we gained Ryan Blaney as a friend, I'm pretty sure. So that's good. You know, he became our friend right after he won. So that's good for him. You know, we still got the speed momentum. Great thing there, you know, as we get top 10, because that speed momentum, that's going to come in really clutch this race, because, you know, it's a high speed race. But yeah, so coming up, say if you see on the bottom right, upcoming tracks, Talladega is a super speedway, Charlotte, Roval, that's kind of a road course slash track. I've never really done that. I mean, I don't have too much experience racing on that track, so, you know, I don't really know how that one's going to go. Kansas, that's my favorite track to race on. Texas, that's actually my home track. And I actually went to the All-Star race this year. Martinsville, that's a short track. I think I almost won. Did I actually win there? Hold on, let me see. Actually, no, I'll check when that race actually comes up. I might have won there, though. Anyways, so I hope you guys did enjoy this episode at, where did we race again? Hold on, let me see. Where was that at? We raced at Las Vegas. Okay, so I do hope you guys enjoy this video. I know this one was kind of a little bit of a boring one, you know, but you know, nevertheless, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, make sure to like this video for more NASCAR content, and make sure to subscribe, post notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next video.